Welcome, guys, to the Brothers of the World podcast, and we're back to recap. Quick recap of what the shit we just saw. You know, kind of a letdown on the main event, but we had some good fights throughout the card. Johnny, we're going to break it down right at the main event, bro.
We're going to start from the top?
Start from the top, bro.
Okay, first, let me just say this.
Say it.
Let's not act like if Kevin Holland were to just have not talked and would have just shut his mouth that he would have won the fight. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about just the horrible fight IQ from it. You know what I mean? Like, he was darting in and he was landing great punches. Let's also not act like he didn't have opportunities for winning.
No, he dropped him at one point.
But he was literally just darting in, presenting his hips like that. Look, I'll say the same thing about Derek Brunson that I said about fucking Juliana Pena versus Jermaine Durandamy. Yeah, GDR won, but let's not act like that was the best performance. Derek Brunson looked super tired. His takedowns, although he got him, he looked super strong as well. Mm-hmm. But it was mostly on Kevin Holland just making horrible fight IQ decisions. Just
like lunging in, getting into his range, and then the same sequence would happen. It would be like a clinch, and then as soon as that happened, it was more of like a trip, right? He would just like wrap him up, body wrap, and then take him to the ground. And then once that happened, Kevin Holland would stay there for the rest of the fight. I mean, I think he had averaging like 3 minutes of control time each round.
It was honestly super disappointing. Like I said, fight IQ for sure just absolutely wasn't there. When we were texting before the fight, you went for Brunson and said that he was going to get the takedown. And I texted you back, 1,000% he's going to get the takedown. But from what I've seen between the jiu-jitsu against Thiago Santos and then the butterflies against Jacare is a way better jiu-jitsu guy. I thought he would definitely be able to make the space and get back up. But then he just body locks from the bottom. Like, I think that's really
the triangle, whatever,
the body
from guard,
triangle,
right?
From guard.
Like,
I think that's the real problem, not the fact that.
What's the technique there, though? Like, what are you setting up?
What you're setting
up? A triangle choke?
No. You're literally not setting up anything except just holding the guy and stopping movement.
Stalling.
Yeah, stalling. And the ref would have probably stopped it and picked them back up if Kevin Holland wasn't fucking striking from the bottom. Like, he stayed more active. What's crazy is you look at the stats, and I'm pretty sure Derek Brunson only landed 15 significant strikes at the most. You know what I mean?
It says he landed 43 total. You're just going
per round.
Yeah, like 15, I guess, 10.
Like, that's not enough to keep it on the ground. That's not enough to keep it down. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Kevin Holland was the one that was throwing elbows and trying and making a little bit more activity there on the bottom that kept him down there on the ground. It was, I don't know how many times I got to say it. It was such disappointing fight IQ from somebody that we had so much hype behind. Shit, me and you we had the conductor.
We're on the train,
on the
bro.
Hype train.
We're on the train.
I was fucking shoveling coal into that engine.
But let me ask you this: are you off the train now, or are you still like? I feel like he's gonna bounce back.
He's definitely gonna bounce back, but just like we'll get into this one a little while later, but just like with Ryan Spann, I can't put my faith in you when you show that kind of IQ.
Well, like, okay, I know you said you didn't want to get like into his talking and how it would have changed the fight, but I just feel like that's his game. He talks to throw you out of your game, mm-hmm. But Brunson was having none of it, and then at some point in the fight, bro, you got to realize like where he was just doing too much. Where's the corner involved? You know, like nobody has the balls to tell Holland, hey man, that's a little, like dial it back. I think he also said it on Ariel Helwani's podcast that he was nervous. Even though he looked like loose out there, he said inside he was nervous, and he was also nervous that it was a 5-round fight.
Mm-hmm. And he was talking about that in the press conference before the fight about how he wants to make sure this is his last 5-round fight. And you know what? This probably will be unless you can turn shit around, because it was super annoying how you're in between the 4th and 5th round. They're in the corner, and your corner is trying to pick you up.
You're talking to Khabib.
You're talking to Khabib, but in that 4th and 5th round, they're telling you like, oh, hey, you need to do this, set up this right hand, set up the left hand, do this and that, and he's just going, hey, I know what I got to do, but let's be honest, this is going to be really hard to do it here in the 5th round. Like, that's not a winner's mindset. You know what I mean? That's not somebody that was actually out there wanting to win the fight. It was just super.
He just made it seem like it was a joke. That's like. I just feel like he took a shit on the sport. And on the main event of all places, like, okay, if he would have done that, somewhere prelims, like, yeah, okay, that happened.
We ended our night with that.
Yeah, it was just like left a bad taste in your mouth. We don't want to see that again. Hopefully he bounces back.
Derek Brunson.
But take nothing away from Brunson. He fought his fight. He didn't let Holland get in his head. See, let's go back to Jacare real quick. When Jacare was on top in that
He talked to him. He started talking to him.
And at one point, Jacare kind of like smiled and said like, okay. You know, like, see, so he kind of got Jacare off his game. Brunson wasn't having any of that.
No, Brunson, I mean...
Just stay poised. He's like, fuck the talking.
Besides him looking a little bit gassed there towards the end, Brunson did look good. We just seen him look a lot better. So that's why... I mean, congratulations to him. Hopefully he gets that Paulo Costa fight next, because I do think that he needs to...
He needs to step up.
Yeah, he can
Because
take
he's just
that
been
step up
doing,
now.
like, he's been derailing trains. Edmund Shabazian, now Kevin Holland. Now he needs, like, you know, give him a top 5 guy.
And let's make that fight. Edmund Shabazian versus Kevin Holland. That sounds great.
Kevin Holland, I think he's going to go down to welterweight, bro. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll see.
we'll see.
I'm actually looking forward to his next fight. Hopefully he cuts back on that. So let's just go to our next one, bro, the co-main event.
Well, we're going to welterweight, where Max Payne Griffin finishes Kenan Song
with the 1-2, bro.
I don't know what it is about Max that I really never really have gotten behind him, but now I really feel like I am, because he's looked great when he ripped that dude's ear off, Ramiz, and now just completely...
That was the one, bro. What was it on our award show? What do we call it? The worst injury of the year.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know. What is it? Max Payne, you know, delivered that blow. But this fight, bro, that Song
looked huge.
Dude, huge. Like, just felt like it was like Paulo Costa fighting at middleweight. You know, like, he looks like he's a true light heavyweight. This guy's Song looks like he's a true middleweight going down. And he just looked way bigger than Griffin. But Griffin, you know.
I told you I didn't know.
Shut him down, bro. Turn off the lights on him.
I told you I didn't even know what weight class this was in, because Kenan, or I don't know how to say it.
I'll just go with Song,
so
his
huge.
first name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Song looks so huge. But Max Griffin is showing growth. He's been on this little win streak now, and I'm excited to see where he goes next. He wants to fight Jeff Neal in Houston.
That was a good call out.
That was a great call
Jeff
out.
Neal coming off a loss, but he's still, you know, a top, you know, I wouldn't say contender right now. He still needs some more wins, but he's like in the...
You beat him, you're going to get in that
Yeah,
top
exactly.
15.
He's tough. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, he's tough. The next one, look, it's honestly super embarrassing that I got a bunch of likes on Reddit for saying...
Oof, how many?
That. I think somewhere over 50.
50 likes? You're
but
famous,
on
bro.
something as stupid as this, that Cheyenne Bays showed more fight IQ than Kevin Holland in that fucking fight, man. Cheyenne Bays at least knew, oh, hey, this chick is doing the exact same thing. Let me just try to jab her, and as soon as I get close, I'm running to the other side of the octagon so I don't get thrown on the floor.
She was getting controlled for 9 minutes of the fight, bro.
Did it work? No.
And her husband fought previously on the card. So,
Yeah, I got knocked out.
So 0 for 2 for buys on the night, but yeah, it was tough. Tough night for them. She couldn't stop the takedowns.
From Conejo?
And then she was outstruck by, you know, total strikes, about 100 strikes outstruck by.
Yeah,
it was bad.
And then people want to say like, oh man, they should have stood that up. For what, man? You got dominant side control and you landed over 130 strikes. It's like, dude, that's not her fault that Bays just said, I'm just going to hold on to try and save myself from this armbar. That's Bays' fault. She was supposed to get up and... Well,
she received that ass whipping in women's strawweights. But Conejo looks like a real contender, though. Like, with her takedown ability. I mean, buys, obviously, I feel like she's a step below. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not at that level yet.
She's very aggressive.
I need to say Conejo fight, you know, up. She's 10-1 now, so...
The only thing with Conejo that I don't like is that she's so, and of course she's a Mexican, but she's so small, you know what I mean?
She is little.
She's so small. I feel like she should be fighting at the 115 division, but then she's also so fucking dense and thick from her shoulders down to her damn ankles, man. Like,
you were really into this fight.
There's no way that she's gonna be making 115. But for a fight that everybody was shitting on, it was all right. Conejo, congratulations on the win. But this one, you know, I've been screaming from the mountaintops. Adrian Yanez.
This is gonna be your new Henry Cejudo. This is like, you're a fanboy of Yanez.
Yeah, dude.
But this guy showed it, bro. And then he retains that punching power late. You know, he was working this guy right most of the night. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, but it was similar in like strikes, but he was just like landing the harder blows and then finished him.
And I mean, Gustavo is a power puncher. The dude hits hard, but Yanez looked like he did a really great job of like rolling with it, not letting those punches land super flush. His footwork is great. I literally can't say enough good things about Yanez besides let's see how his groundwork is. I hope to see him tested on the ground. but his striking looks absolutely
He's on
beautiful.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was definitely like in a flow state, and he kept it up most of the night. And also like cardio looked good, endurance. Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was fading at all. Like he could have went 5 rounds.
Yeah, man. Baby Street Jesus looks great out there. And the last one right here on the main card was
Tai Tuivasa,
ended super quick. I texted
the keeper of gates.
I texted you saying
Right?
Harry Hunsucker made his debut and is getting cut tonight, sadly. He lost, I believe he lost his fight against Josh Parisian in the Dana White Contender Series, and they gave him this shot, and it sucks because
Was he a late round substitution, or was he was late? Right?
I was about to say, it sucks because he did come in super late to this fight, and you got knocked out in 49 seconds.
He was only able to land 2 strikes before Tuivasa just.
One of those was a huge strike, though. I was like, "Oh god damn!"
Yeah. But come on, when you're with these heavyweights, bro,
everything's gonna be real big. Yeah.
Then that's the thing I like, bro. Like, heavyweights can either go they respect each other's power too much, or this shit happens, where it's like Kong versus Godzilla. That type of shit.
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa knocked him in the dirt. I think he face planted him.
Maybe we'll see Hunsucker again, bro.
We'll see him.
He filled in, so
yeah, he definitely didn't get the most fair shake coming in his debut.
And Tuivasa, if you're gonna feed him some debut guy, he's gonna eat him alive.
Yeah. He also seems to have been showing growth. We ended the night. You ended it 8-2.
8-2.
7-3.
MMA knowledge, baby. And it came down to that main event, guys. We're both. What is it?
7-1.
Oh yeah, we're both 7. No, 7. Yeah, something like that.
Math isn't our strong suit.
Yeah, math.
But yeah, we were tied going into that main event. Shout out Grant Dawson. Shout out Montel Jackson and Bruno Silva. They're in the prelims. Who all
dude, Dawson destroyed Santos, bro. Flying mouthpiece, bro.
It flew out. It flew out of the cage.
Well, like another thing that Leonardo Santos was like also on his back, and the fight was about to be over, right?
I think it was literally like 3 seconds left.
He knocked him out like buzzer beater, but it was just like he was pounding his face in. He was on his back, and then like you could just see his mouthpiece like coming up, and then the last punch, boom, like mouthpiece.
He landed 2, and those were like, oh shit, that hurt. That third one knocked him out, and then those last 2 sent the mouthpiece fucking flying across the cage. It was crazy. Bruno Silva, easy. I don't even know why I chose against him. That was shout out to the Baez family with the double losses.
Right. We thought one of them would win, but R.I.P.
Yeah. That's it, man.
At least they have something to relate on,
Yeah.
Because like, what if one of them won? And it's like, come on,
UFC debut, baby, and now we both lost.
It's like now we got to train harder.
Yeah. Let's
if one of them would have won, it would have been like, come on, step your shit up. But it's like, But all right, guys, that's it for our recap. We'll like, subscribe. We're gonna be jumping into our breakdown, UFC 260, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the number.
Yeah, that's the number.
So we're gonna be jumping into it ASAP. You want to get into it right now?
No, let's stop this one.
Okay. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you on the next Brothers of the World podcast. Later.
Later.